You know what's wild? Every single person you've ever met, every stranger on the street, every face in a crowd, we're all cousins. Distant cousins, sure, but family nonetheless. And our family tree? It goes back way further than you might think. In fact, if you could meet your great-great-great-grandmother, going back about 10,000 generations, she wouldn't even look human. Not in the way we think of humans today. So, where did we come from? And how did we become us? Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're going on a journey. Not across the world, but through time. We're asking one of the biggest questions humans have ever wondered. Where do we actually come from? And no, I'm not talking about the birds and the bees. I mean, where did we, as a species, come from? How did we end up here, scrolling through videos on our phones, ordering food with a few taps, exploring space, when millions of years ago, our ancestors were just trying not to get eaten by giant cats? It's a story that spans millions of years. A story of survival, adaptation, and incredible odds. And honestly, it's more fascinating than any movie. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's travel back in time. Let's rewind about 6 to 7 million years ago. The location? Africa. Specifically, the lush, humid forests of East Africa. The world looks completely different. No cities, no farms, no humans. Just endless forests, rivers, and grasslands teeming with life. And somewhere in those trees, swinging from branch to branch, there's a creature. It's not quite human, not quite a chimpanzee, but it's the common ancestor we share with chimps. Now, we don't have fossils of this exact ancestor. It's like a missing page in our family album. But we know it existed because we can trace our lineage back through genetics and fossils to this branching point. For millions of years, these early primates lived pretty good lives in the trees. Plenty of fruit, safety from ground predators, a stable environment. Life was manageable. But then, something changes. Between 6 and 8 million years ago, East Africa starts drying out. The climate shifts. Forests begin shrinking. Grasslands start spreading. The comfortable tree-dwelling lifestyle, it's becoming harder to maintain. This is a crisis, but it's also an opportunity. Some of these primates stay in the remaining forests. They adapt to the changing environment in their own way. These become the ancestors of modern chimpanzees and bonobos. But others, they venture out. They step onto the grasslands. And that decision, made by some brave or desperate primates millions of years ago, changes the course of history. Because out on those grasslands, the rules are different. Imagine you're one of these early primates venturing onto the savanna for the first time. The grass is tall. You can't see what's coming. Lions, hyenas, saber-toothed cats, they're all out there, and you're on the menu. But if you stand up, if you get on two legs, suddenly you can see over the grass. You can spot danger. You can carry food back to your group. Your hands are free to hold things, to gesture, to eventually make tools. Walking upright isn't easy. It takes millions of years of evolution. Hip bones have to change. Spine has to curve differently. Feet have to develop arches, but slowly, gradually, it happens. These early upright walkers, we call them Australopithecines. And the most famous one? Her name is Lucy. Lucy was discovered in 1974 in Ethiopia by paleoanthropologist Donald Johanson. She lived about 3.2 million years ago, and we have about 40% of her skeleton, which is incredibly rare and precious. Lucy was small, about 3.5 feet tall, maybe 60 pounds. But she walked upright, just like us. Her hip bones, her knee joints, her foot bones, they all show she was bipedal. But here's what's interesting. Her brain was still small, about 450 cubic centimeters, roughly the size of a chimpanzee's brain. She had the body of a walker, but not yet the brain of a thinker. This tells us something important. Walking came first. The big brain came later. Why? Because walking upright freed up energy and resources. It allowed our ancestors to travel further, find more food, survive in harsher environments. And survival, that's what drives evolution forward, step by step, generation after generation. Fast forward to about 2.8 to 2 million years ago. Brain sizes are starting to increase, and something revolutionary happens. Tools. Homo habilis, which literally means handyman, starts creating simple stone tools. We're talking about rocks they've deliberately chipped and shaped to have sharp edges. Crude by our standards, but absolutely groundbreaking at the time. These tools let them cut meat, crack open bones for marrow, process plant materials more efficiently. Suddenly, they have access to more calories, more nutrition. And more nutrition means bigger brains can develop. It's a beautiful feedback loop. Better tools lead to better nutrition, which leads to bigger brains, which leads to even better tools. This is also when we see the genus Homo emerge, our genus, our direct family line. We're not just primates anymore. We're not just bipedal apes. We're becoming something new. Around 1.8 million years ago, a new species appears, Homo erectus. And these folks, they're impressive. They're the first true global citizens. Homo erectus has a brain about twice the size of Lucy's. They're taller, more human-looking. But here's what makes them special. They're innovators and explorers. They control fire. Think about that for a moment. Fire for warmth, for protection, for cooking. Cooking food makes it easier to digest and releases more nutrients. More nutrients mean even bigger brains can develop. They create more sophisticated tools. Not just simple choppers, but hand axes with deliberate shapes and designs. Tools that require planning and skill to make. And they migrate. They leave Africa and spread across Asia and Europe. We find Homo erectus fossils in Java, Indonesia, in China, in the Republic of Georgia. They're traveling thousands of miles, adapting to completely new environments, from tropical forests to temperate grasslands. Homo erectus is incredibly successful. They survive for over 1 million years. Compare that to modern humans who have only been around for about 300,000 years. They're the ultimate survivors, but they're not us yet. Not quite. Here's something that might surprise you. For most of human history, we weren't alone. Multiple species of humans walked the earth at the same time. Around 600,000 years ago, Homo heidelbergensis appears in Africa and Europe. They're robust, with large brains and sophisticated hunting skills. From them, different human species evolve in different regions. In Europe, they become Neanderthals around 400,000 years ago. Neanderthals are stocky, muscular, perfectly adapted to the cold Ice Age climates of Europe and Western Asia. They hunt woolly mammoths, make complex tools, bury their dead, and maybe even create art. In Asia, we have the Denisovans, discovered only in 2010 through DNA extracted from a tiny finger bone in a Siberian cave. We still don't know much about what they looked like, but we know they existed and interbred with other human species. There's also Homo floresiensis, the hobbit humans of Indonesia, standing only about 3 feet tall, and Homo naledi in South Africa, with their surprisingly small brains but complex behaviors like burying their dead in caves. The world was full of different types of humans. It was diverse, rich with evolutionary experiments, and then we show up. Around 300,000 years ago, in Africa, Homo sapiens emerges. Modern humans. US. We don't look that different from people today. If you cleaned up a human from 300,000 years ago, dressed them in modern clothes, and put them on a subway, they wouldn't stand out. Same height range, same body proportions, same brain size. But what makes us special isn't just our bodies, it's our minds. Around 100,000 to 70,000 years ago, something clicks. We start creating symbolic art. We carve beads from shells. We paint on cave walls. We make musical instruments from bone. We bury our dead with ceremony, placing flowers and tools in graves. We're not just surviving anymore. We're expressing ourselves. We're creating culture. We're asking questions about existence, meaning, life, and death. We're becoming truly human. And soon, we'll take our biggest journey yet. Around 70,000 to 60,000 years ago, a small group of Homo sapiens, maybe just a few thousand people, leaves Africa. They cross into the Middle East, and from there, they spread across the entire world. Some go east along the coasts of Asia, eventually reaching Australia by about 65,000 years ago. Think about that. They had to cross open ocean to get there, which means they built boats. They were already innovators, adventurers. Others move into Europe, arriving around 45,000 years ago. They move into Central Asia, Siberia, adapting to frozen tundras and harsh winters. And eventually, during the Ice Age when sea levels are lower and a land bridge connects Asia to North America, humans cross into the Americas. By 15,000 years ago, maybe earlier, humans have reached the southern tip of South America. Every continent except Antarctica now has humans, all from that small group that left Africa. When modern humans spread across the world, they encountered other human species already living there. Neanderthals in Europe, Denisovans in Asia. And here's where the story gets really interesting. We didn't just meet them, we lived alongside them, and we interbred with them. If your ancestry is from outside Africa, you probably carry about 1 to 2% Neanderthal DNA. People with Asian or oceanic ancestry also carry Denisovan DNA, sometimes up to 5%. What does this mean? It means a little piece of these ancient humans lives on inside us, in our immune systems, our skin, our ability to adapt to different climates. It's beautiful, in a way. They didn't completely disappear. They became part of us. But over time, all these other human species vanished. By about 40,000 years ago, Neanderthals are gone. Denisovans disappear. The hobbits of Indonesia vanish, one by one, until only Homo sapiens remains. Why? We don't know for sure. Maybe we outcompeted them for resources. Maybe climate change made survival impossible. Maybe diseases spread by humans wiped them out. Maybe it was a combination of everything. There's no evidence of mass warfare or genocide. It seems more like a slow fade. Populations dwindling, isolated groups dying out, until we were the only ones left. And honestly, it's a bit lonely when you think about it. For millions of years, the world had multiple types of humans. Now there's just us. For most of human history, we're hunter-gatherers. We move with the seasons, following animal herds, gathering plants, living in small bands of maybe 20 to 100 people. Then, about 12,000 years ago, something revolutionary happens. Agriculture. In different parts of the world, independently, humans start domesticating plants and animals. Wheat and barley in the Middle East, rice in China, corn in Central America. We stop wandering and start settling. We build permanent villages, then towns, then cities. We develop writing, mathematics, astronomy. Civilizations rise. This changes everything. Population explodes. Within just 10,000 years, we go from a few million humans to 8 billion today. So here we are, 8 billion humans, living on every continent, speaking over 7,000 languages, building skyscrapers, exploring space, curing diseases, creating art, making YouTube videos. And yet, genetically, we're all incredibly similar. More similar than most species. There's more genetic diversity within a single group of chimpanzees than in all of humanity. Why? Because we all come from that same small group that left Africa not that long ago. Evolutionarily speaking, we're all part of the same family, the same story. Every human you meet shares 99.9% of their DNA with you. That person who looks different, speaks a different language, lives on the other side of the world. They're your cousin, your family. So, where are we from? We're from Africa, from the trees, from the grasslands, from a long, long line of survivors who faced impossible odds and kept going. We're from Lucy, who walked upright under ancient African skies, from Homo erectus, who tamed fire and explored the unknown, from the Neanderthals and Denisovans, whose DNA still flows through our veins. We're from early Homo sapiens, who created the first art, told the first stories, asked the first questions about who we are and why we're here. We're from wanderers who crossed deserts and mountains and oceans just to see what was on the other side. From farmers who planted the first seeds. From builders who raised the first cities. We're from all of it. Every struggle, every innovation, every act of courage and curiosity. And that's pretty amazing when you think about it. Our story isn't over. We're still evolving, still adapting, still reaching for what's next. The next chapter? That's up to us. Thanks for watching this journey through time. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments. What part of human evolution fascinates you the most? See you in the next one. Keep wondering. Keep curious.